First 2 minutes of business on Wall Street, and we are down 20 points, and there are some big individual movers. Remember, please, if whilst we've got all these faces on the screen, everybody remember this.
Smiles.
Smile, please. If we go up and close just 1 point higher today, we will all be seeing something which we have never, ever seen in 120 years of the Dow Jones average. That would be 13 consecutive records. Let's see. Ashley's here, Liz is here, Mike Murphy's here, and Scott Martin too. All right. Now, his serious question for you, Murphy.
Yes, sir.
Would you, in good conscience, tell your clients, tell the people who rely on you for good information, would you tell them, yeah, get out there and buy some more stock?
I would.
You would?
I would. And the reason is, Stuart, I don't want to look back at the last 12 days or 13 days or what's happened since the election and the move up in the market. I want to look at the underlying fundamentals here. Earnings growth, you're getting earnings growth, you're getting a repeal of regulations, and you're getting tax cuts coming. So that means you need to reprice the market. So a market that 6 months ago I would have told you if we're up almost 21,000, it'll be expensive. It's no longer expensive at these levels. You can buy, and the underlying fundamentals will support it.
Your clients have a strong stomach, I take it.
There's money to be made. It's not timing the market, Stuart. It's the time in the market.
Scott Martin, same question. You manage money, you look after money. Are you telling people, yes, get in there, buy some more?
The money's happy.
You are?
And I'll tell you what.
You telling them that?
Here's the interesting thing, though.
Wait. Fresh money now?
Absolutely. But here, you pick your spots, to Mike's point. You don't go broad market. You pick financials, industrials, materials, and tech. It's stuff we've been talking on the show for months, sports fans, so they better been listening.
That's a lot of turf.
The game is on.
It's a foot.
All right. Dow winners thus far today. There you have them. Boeing, IBM, Apple, United Tech, General Electric. They're all up in an otherwise modestly down market.
Yeah.
Down 26 as we speak.
Yeah, this really is the Trump rally is a Rodney Dangerfield market. It's not getting any respect. Nearly $3 trillion in value added. Look at this positive note from Citigroup's Tobias Lefkovich. He's a chief equity strategist. He said if you disappoint tonight, Donald Trump, doesn't matter. Corporate earnings coming in, economic data coming in solid. He's positive and bullish.
See, I always put this on the Trump rally. What Trump says gets that market going. But Tobias is saying, and you're saying, whoa, look at the profits that these companies are making.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
justifies this rally. Really?
For sure, but some of it goes to Trump, Stuart, because some of this is because he's rolling back regulations and he's cutting taxes. That's a big theme here. That's a big part of what's going on. You can't discount that.
Okay, infrastructure and infrastructure spending. That's definitely going to be a theme tonight. It was certainly a theme over the past few weeks. The president says we're going to spend big. Now, infrastructure stocks today are pretty much unchanged. I think they had a run yesterday. Does that infrastructure stocks, is that included in your list of things to buy?
That would be industrials and materials related, Stuart.
Right.
This is stuff that is going to go into building the infrastructure to those stocks. So that's areas of the market that we're focused on.
Yeah,
I still think that the market tonight will want to hear more about tax reform. I think that's the most important part of his speech. I think Donald Trump, as president, will give it the full Monty tonight. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to go and plowing on. But what people are really going to listen to, especially investors in the market, tax reform, some sort of timetable, some sort of commitment to it.
Yeah, that's what started this recent.
That's what started this year too.
Get it through this year.
That's what started this recent historic run. February 8th was the last down day when Trump said phenomenal tax plan coming. That's when the market started moving.
Yeah,
this is February the 28th. The last down day was what?
February 8th.
Okay, let me clear my head for a second here and look at Target, please. That is a 2-year low on that stock. It's down 13%. The story is sales are down, and Target says they will continue to go down. Would either of you, Murphy, Martin, either of you, would you buy a single retail stock?
I would not. Specifically Target. There are certain names. I'll give you one, Stuart, that I have purchased recently. It's Under Armour. That's a name that I want to own because it's been beaten up so badly, down from $90 to $20 a share. But trying to jump in front of something like a Target, when you hear on the conference call that they're surprised at the lack of people in the stores,
that's a story and a half. People are not in the store. We look at that. That's Walmart down nearly 2%.
In sympathy.
It's the biggest loser on the S&P 500, I think, at this point. In sympathy. This is all about people shopping online and not going in the
Stuart,
stores.
it's clicks not bricks. And that's where I go retail. I go to Amazon, and I stay away from any retail outlet that has a ton of real estate, a ton of stores that are brick and mortar. That's not where people are going.
And a lot of them are nearing junk status because you have a boatload of debt put on them by the private equity crowd, the LBO
and they
crowd.
think, EMAC, they're going to turn that real estate around and repurpose it. I don't think so.
No.
You're going to sit on that thing like a dead duck and be stuck with it on the books. That's going to be a bad scene.
It could be that investors overall have been watching this program because they appear to have put, our two guests especially, appear to have put a floor under the market. We're only down 19 points, and we've been at that level for the past 5 or 6 minutes. Both Mike Murphy and Scott Martin have said, look, they would put their clients' money into the market now. Despite 12 records in a row, these guys are saying they would put some money in, and apparently a lot of people are following that, not necessarily following the advice, but not selling. That's the point, isn't it? They're not selling at this point.
Absolutely. There's a lot of opportunity out there, Stuart.
Okay. Okay, what do we got now? Profit falling short at the auto parts retailer, AutoZone, and sales were flat. Okay, deal with the infrastructure stocks. Show me AutoZone, please. What's happening there? Sales flat's up about 1%. Did I say sales were flat at AutoZone? I think I did.
Yes. You did.
Okay, the stock's up 1%. Take that. One analyst says Costco may hike its membership fees, mainly maybe by $5 to $60 for basic membership. The stock is down 1%. Now, Tenet. That's a hospital operator. Less money coming in, and the stock is down 14%. Has this got anything to do with Obamacare? Does anybody know? Is this linked to Obamacare?
Well, I mean, the healthcare sector as a whole, Stuart, has been suffering with regards to the changes that are possibly coming to Obamacare, and frankly, the cloudy picture that's been put into place with respect to what they're going to exactly do with repeal and replace. So the healthcare sector in general, I believe, is in a void for right now.
Okay, let's see now. We're down 21 points. 8 minutes into the session, down 21 points. That's hardly a sell-off after 12 record highs in a row. Well, the market, as we say, you know, the market could make history if we get 13 records in a row. But you know what? What astonishes me, there is no mention of this in the mainstream media. I went out and I bought the New York Times, I bought the Washington Post. It's not on the front page.
There's your problem.
It's not on the business section. It's not in the economy section. Nicole, on the floor of the exchange, what are people down there saying about this absence of coverage in the mainstream media to this astonishing story?
It's amazing because this is historic, an historic time. Today could be the 13th record close. The Dow has never seen this in its 120-year history. And where is it in the papers? Why isn't it saying to all Americans, you are making money. You're making money in your 401k, your IRA, your pensions. We have almost $3 trillion in market value added with this move that we've seen. So it's a historic move, and history is being made. Media has just chosen to blow it off. And in the meantime, I'll tell you, the traders tonight, they're all ready to watch Trump. And some said they expect a lot more viewers than the Academy Awards.
Good.
And also just a wait and see mode, but they expect much of the same policies that he's been saying.
Okay, thanks, Nicole. I will guarantee one thing. If the market does take a dive, then the mainstream media will cover it big time. It will be splashed across the front page as the Trump sell-off. I'll guarantee that.
Yep. Good point.
Absolutely guarantee it. You want to take me on, Murphy?
I don't. I agree with you 100%.
All right, got to turn it.
But this is working against them, I will say. That they should just report the news as it is. The market's at all-time highs. That should be reported in every news.
Tell them, for heaven's sake. They don't even tell them. Take a look at Tesla. It hit last session. It hit. There were concerns. It took a dive in the last session. There are concerns that the Everyman Model 3, that's their mass market car, will be hit by production delays. The market's back. Well, Tesla's bounced back a little bit now. Scott, you're the big Elon Musk fan. Yeah. Did it bounce back?
So far today it is, Stuart. Now, it's down considerably off of earnings just a couple weeks ago, but I'll tell you what's interesting about Musk. He reminds us of CEOs past, doesn't he? Steve Jobs, maybe. He is a great visionary, and he's built Tesla into a tech company. It's not just a car company, and that's what makes it beautiful.
You know that we did call him P.T. Barnum on this program.
Hey, P.T. Barnum was a successful guy, just like Elon Musk is.
That's a fair point. Okay.
He also
Mike?
owns 27% of the stock.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Liz. Vital detail. Well, thank you very much indeed, Scott Martin and Mike Murphy. We appreciate it. A lively session to kick things off. Thank you, gentlemen. Check that big board. We're still down just 21 points. That 22 points. I'm very sorry. That's where we are. Now, President Trump